Go out there. You know, I was on. All right, true self is the spot. So, there was another Zoom call tonight. You know, I was only there so I didn't get fined. So, you know, I didn't end up speaking myself. You know, in the end though, I made a couple of observations. You know, one is you know, in order to fix the school, right? If your idea is you want to fix the school, you don't got to throw the school under the bus to do that. You know, and this is not even just dealing with the Zoom call. Earlier today, I got a call from a brother. He said that, you know, he was going to tell some brothers to come by the school. And then he was like, you know, when should I tell them to come by? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, XYZ bad things be happening over there. And it's like, gee, listen, you know, you got to tell a person that they got to use their knowledge and wisdom to see clearly at all times. Like, just the world itself is the boxing ring. Protect yourself at all times. But see, you shaping somebody's experience when you do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got people that they don't like people they never met based on a narrative that they got about them for somebody else. So when the brother, you know, said that, it's like, yo, you know, listen, gee, I mean, and that's another thing. I don't know what people even, like, God, it's like 10 or 15 of us that you could really say consistently be around there to the degree where their behavior could affect what's going on at the school. I couldn't tell you who that person is. So, you know, for those that don't know, you know, we got not just the civilization classes. Well, now 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm there, it's 4 days a week. We also have the boxing class, youth boxing class. We have academic tutoring for reading, math, and science from grades 3 through 12. Sometimes, you wouldn't think that that kind of thing is going on over there. So just on our behalf, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got some things popping. Another thing, man, just an observation for those that, you plan to step up. Maybe this won't be useful information to you, but you know, don't be afraid to argue. Because the parliamentary process is inherently contentious. Like, see, you can say that, things shouldn't be politics, but here's the reality. Anytime you got one thing, whether it's a person, an event, a resource, and you got people with different points of view on that, you got politics. Like, that one thing can be this block. And you got some people that live down on that side, some people that live down on this side, politics. If it's only, a certain amount of this resource in the area, and you got, a vast many people that gotta access it, politics. And see, there's no way for you to get politics right without discussion. It's one thing, when you just got contention back and forth, but when you got people enumerating the reasons that they hold a point of view, right? This is not negative. See, otherwise, we'll never get nothing done because then we're just constantly brainstorming. And I tell you an idea, and then you tell me an idea, and we be like, yo, those are good ideas. You smart motherfuckers. But at some point, we have to become critical, right, of these ideas. We have to criticize them, not for the point of criticizing the person or saying that the person is left, but to say that, listen, we need to fine tune this, what it is that we doing. See, that kumbaya shit, let's just mix the plans together without no argument. That don't work. Because when you just mix them together without no consideration, you might be mixing the worst parts from one with the worst parts with the other one. And see, another issue that comes in here, right, is when it's like, yo, whenever a 5%, whenever somebody that's in this nation, right, speaks about something that the guys is doing wrong, it's like times 50 trillion. To pretend as if the only people that argue is the 5%. That because you got people expressing that, look, I don't see it like that. I got some knowledge and experience that caused me to see it a little bit different way. You know what I'm saying? But see, when everybody is beyond reproach, And then we no longer at that level where we started, where everything is subject to be shown and proven. See, these are the things, just look, it's not even to be critical of nobody else, but just, if you plan on stepping up in whatever you plan on stepping up in, right? Understand what the parliamentary process is, man. Understand that that's the only way for you to reach to the best plan. You can't go into it so attached to every element of your plan that if somebody say, yo, look, I think it'd be better though if you just flipped it on that side, and then you gotta cry now. You gotta go get the homies now. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened, but just, you know, be aware that that's the science. You said, why is parliamentary procedure important? Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about Robert's rules of order and all of that. What I'm talking about is, right, when we come together, right, to discuss something that we disagree on, uh, I mean, you can't really argue with somebody, right, without y'all having certain things in common. Even if you don't say y'all agree, right? Y'all still got certain things in common. Like, you can't argue with a person that's speaking a different language. You can yell at them and they can yell at you. Right? But y'all can't really argue. Nah, it ain't really no versus thing. To tell the truth, what I saw more was, see, like I said, I didn't really see it as all that contentious like that. Like, yeah, there was some people that was upset with some people, but look, that's another thing too that you gotta understand is that, look, we not Chuck Schumer deciding whether to put a stoplight here. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the level of politics, right? And people have some kind of emotion about what they politicking over, right? You're gonna get, you know what I mean? That's just the nature of it. But see, let me get back to what I was saying, right? Is that if we come in together, right, under the mindset that we all here for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? We all here, nobody is here because they're trying to see, whatever the endeavor is fail. Like, that's just the first thing. What they saying could be as dumb as pick whatever theory of the week is. But if we know that, okay, we all here, we all know where the goal is. We all know we trying to get to 21, 22. Some of us is going to drive. Some of us is going to take the train. Some of us is going to take the bus. Some of us is going to take a different bus. Some of us is going to take a different train, right? Some of us is going to take the bridge. Some of us is going to take the tunnel. Some of us is going to take the street, right? But if we agree, then, I don't have to yell at you because you didn't go my way. You see, that's where, things really, when you stop, there's healthy, constructive debate. And then, there's just debating for the purpose of debating, just like if the only thing that y'all agree on is that the both of y'all don't like each other, then yeah, that's gonna be a different argument. That's gonna be a different debate. But if you come into it knowing that, okay, everybody here, we not on the same page, but we're in the same book, speaking the same language. Yeah, we you in a different chapter over there. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what it is. It's like a lot of things, if it's not automatic agreement, but you got it all worked out in your head. You got to build with everybody else. See, that's the same thing with the kumbaya person. See, the kumbaya person just want everybody to think like them. See, the kumbaya person always got this whole shit figured out. Yeah, well, why don't we just you could just do this. And then brothers don't need to argue. No, we can't. It don't work like that. Where the other stuff in terms of those rules that you put up there, where that comes into play is that, okay, we got a large body, right? So, I can't come and do random jewels. You know what I'm saying? If it's an issue, right, that we got to make a decision in the nation, I can't come and do random jewels when it's my turn to speak. You gotta regulate stuff like that. In terms of trying to regulate to say, oh well, yeah, this person, they shouldn't speak out against, you should speak more supportive. What are the rules of argumentation? One must try to identify faulty reasoning in the opponent's argument, to attack the reasons, premises of the argument, to provide counter examples, if possible, to identify any fallacies, and to show why a valid conclusion cannot be derived from the reasons provided for his her argument. Yeah. I think I see what people saying now. I'm very argumentative. Because that sounds like a regular conversation to me. Sounds like a regular conversation. But yeah, it's just, look, the call was ultimately good. A lot of these conversations, man, they can say what they want to say, but ultimately they good. You see what I mean? Because nothing it's not, you know, give me an example. Put it in the comment box right now if you can think of something that's born easy. I'm waiting for that answer right there. Can anybody give me an example of something that comes about easily? Born, this thing wasn't there. You know, this thing is coming from scratch and there's no pain involved. You know what? I don't think it's so much that they don't like going through the motion, but it's like, you kind of have this like kind of Wakanda idea. You know what I'm saying? That, everything is supposed to be all peace. You know what I'm saying? Not taking into account that, yeah, we got the same knowledge, but then it's manifested in all these different ways. Right? And we've all experienced those ways, you know what I'm saying, in various myriad different ways, et cetera, et cetera. So in order for us to come to one picture, right, we all gotta, we all gotta draw some lines here. So these is the, these is to me, these is the beginning. These is the, these is well, they could be. I'm not here to tell you what everybody else is gonna do, but these could be the beginning conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, look, the Constitutional Convention, everybody ain't agree. There's some of the founding fathers, right? That there's like, yo, look, Holmes, man, you good with the speeches and shit, or like this part over here, but nah, saying we don't. When it's time to sign off, we'll let you know. But that's you know, I made a few more observations, but that's one I think will be useful, and also just, don't, whatever it is, it may not necessarily be a law school, it may be a school wherever you at. But don't just be a practice player. You know what I'm saying? Like, the time is now, G. Hey, see, I'm off the clock, but it's a clock. You know what I'm saying? You can only stay in the huddle for so long. It can only be timeout while the coach called the play for so long. It can only be the preseason for so long. See, a lot of things, people wonder why it's failing. It's failing because it doesn't have your input. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I think I thought it was a good conversation myself. I don't know if this, I'm not a stakeholder, but like I said, I had to attend so I don't get fined. You know what I'm saying? Don't, we at a lot of school, right? Everybody like to say that's our school, but some of us is absentee owners. What's going on with y'all out there? What's going on with y'all out there on the late night? Just really touched down myself. Y'all ain't got no questions, man. We might shut this one down quickly. I just, like I said, I thought that was important. That people just, like I said, understand that, arguing for the sense of coming to an understanding is different than arguing just for the sake of disagreeing. And just stop looking at everything that the guys do, or even that Black people do. Right? It happens with Black people too and shit, where things that Black people do is kind of put in a vacuum, right? You know, uh, you know, crystal meth doesn't have really the same reputation as crack, at least not in New York. I don't know about everywhere else. The meth head is not like a cultural icon like the crackhead became. Like, who's the Pookie of meth heads? Or maybe I just don't watch those movies. I know they had the one show, the Breaking Bad or whatever. I never watched it, but I know that's what it was about. But there's not iconic, are there iconic meth heads like Samuel Jackson in Jungle Fever, Pookie? Are there iconic meth head characters like that? You said that's more Long Island than upstate. Now, I'm not just asking about where it is. I'm just speaking in terms of the imagery, right? If a person, uh, puts a, if a person puts well, let's not even put it in acting. Let's look at the way it's portrayed, right? The white drug addict, right, is a victim of the evil pharmaceutical industry that caused an opioid epidemic. Whereas the black drug addict just has no self-control and likes to get high. Like, there's always some story behind the white drug addict. You got the stoner or whatever. I guess you got something. This person they were doing rock and roll and they started taking drugs because they thought it increased their creativity. Car accident, football injuries. And if we can just tame this pharmaceutical industry, then little Timmy would be okay. For the black drug addict, pretty much gonna have to lock them up until it's been beaten out of them. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's just always uh whatever black people is doing is looked at as worse. Like, you got whole countries, you know what I'm saying, where they have to have, the alcohol is so much in some places like Russia that they gotta regulate it somehow. They have all types of movements. So I'm saying we live in a society that does that in general, right? But we do it too. Like, other people be late, and for some reason, when black people be late, it's like it's later. The white people ice is colder. don't get, where it's like everything, two brothers, you know, have a little 3-minute debate over this topic or whatever. Then it's like, oh, we not the gods, you know, things are not civilized, you need to let the women take over. Sorry about that, sisters, but I'm not amenable to that option. I'm just not. That, and like I said, what I mean, if you at the table, unless you can identify some people at the table where you don't know them, you don't really know what it is they about. That's got to be the first agreement. Is that we come here and search for trains of years, but we're not gonna search for trains of years for the son of man. See, I know who the son of man is. At this table, I know who myself is. And see, if nobody is other at this table, right? Then we can just go. We ain't gotta get all emotional. So, as far as I'm concerned, shout out to the brothers on the Zoom call, for what I thought, was some progress, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully they make some more. We'll keep this one short and sweet, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Catch up to y'all. Well, we're not sure when right now. We're kind of moving around. But 2023, let's look forward to some specials. We ain't sure when we're gonna be back, how that's gonna come back or whatever. But we do some special episodes. I don't know if we're gonna be on here. Uh, when it be our first time or last time for well, yeah, we gotta do a wrap up. We gotta do a wrap up. We get a wrap up for 2022, the prequel. You know, I don't know how the plot of the movie did it come out anticlimactically. I think this was one of those movies where like all the real heavy plot twists came in the beginning. but we still got some time left and enough crazy people to make a exciting finale. So we'll see what happens.